What is impossible with men alone is possible with God. In Philippians chapter 4 and verse 13, the Apostle Paul said, and you can quote this, "I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me." I think that's a really, really bold statement that Paul would say, I can do everything through Christ because he's the one that gives me the strength. In Mark 9:23, Jesus told a man who had brought his son that was demon-possessed to be healed of him. Jesus wasn't there. He's on the Mount of Transfiguration. The disciples couldn't cast the demon out. And when Jesus came down with Peter, James, and John from Mount of Transfiguration, this man came running to Jesus and fell down in front of him and said, "I've asked your disciples. They couldn't cast the demon out." He says, "Please, if you can do anything, help us." And Jesus threw this right back in his lap again, like he does us today. I've told you many times, when I was a kid, I'd ask my mom, I wouldn't ask her, I'd kind of ask her, kind of tell her, and it didn't work either way. When I was young, 8, 10, 12 years, "Mom, get me something to drink. Will you get me something to drink?" She'd say, "No, get up and get it yourself." She said, my mom used this phrase, "You're on your first legs." You know what she meant by that? You're younger than me. You've got more energy than I've got. You get up and get it yourself. Now, God's not going to say that because God's got more energy than all of us put together. But when God gives you an instruction to do something, he's not going to do it for you. You're going to have to get up and do it yourself. Jesus said to this man, when he said, "If you can do anything, help us." Jesus said, "If you can believe, all things are possible." Look at that, all inclusive again. All things are possible, and he includes everybody here. All things are possible to him that believeth. What a powerful, powerful statement. I want you to notice these three things. With God, all things are possible. You can do all things through Christ, and all things are possible to the believer. The believer with God through Christ has the power to do what is impossible with men.